Hey everybody, and welcome back to Blu-ray Hunter Reviews. I'm your host, Jonathan Moody, and we got a fun show for you guys. I'm gonna be talking about the Amazon documentary. So I watched this on Amazon. I did not watch it on Blu-ray. This is probably the first time I'm doing a streaming, and it probably won't be the last one for Blu-ray Hunter Reviews. Mainly because a lot of streaming movies don't actually end up going on uh disc. Amazon hasn't really put out many of the movies like that are original content onto Blu-ray as they should. They should have, because they want you to stream it. Like it makes no sense if you are going to go buy the 4K or the Blu-ray of it instead of watching it on streaming. They want you to stream it. That's how they make money. Um, but I will say that this documentary really hit me hard. I actually was crying at toward the end. I didn't actually think it would hit me that hard, only because it's been so long. I remember in '94 we're hearing that uh John Candy had died, and I was a fan of his because I loved like Cool Runnings. He was in Rookie of the Year. He was in, Uncle Buck, and all these different movies, Home Alone. Like he just popped up in all of my favorite movies at some point or another, and I was just like, that's just sad that he died. As a kid, I was 12 when he passed, and I was sad. So when this documentary rolled around, I was like, okay, well, it's been enough time. It's been a little over, wow, like 31 years, since his passing. So it should be fine. And then I watched it, and toward the end, I mean, I really connected with the dude more than I thought I would. He's a very optimistic guy, and I get told by people that I'm like very optimistic, way too optimistic maybe. Especially surrounded by people who are very realists or pessimists. I'm the exact opposite. I think there's always got to be a way. There's always got to be this. There's always got to be that. Like people, need that kind of stuff. They need optimism. They need kindness. They need, people who really, you know, really are amazing people out there. John Candy was an amazing person. The more I hear about him, he did not seem like an a-hole at all. He would, if you probably saw him on the street, he would shake your hand and talk to you for a little bit, you know. But people like that kind of they start to, you know, they start to get tired of it after a while, and especially when you know, there are a lot of people nowadays who just care about themselves, very narcissistic. And I believe you should be somewhat in the middle. You should be caring about other people, but you should also care about yourself. And a lot of times people don't do that. I don't do that. I'm a very big people pleaser. And so I know that about myself. And I try to fix it, but then a lot of times I'm just like, no, don't really want to fix it. So I didn't even mention what this documentary is called. It's called John Candy, I Like Me. And it's from his line in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles where he said, I like me, my wife likes me, and whatnot. And that was sort of a perfect thing for him. He was very, I pretty much described him. Like that was, but learning more, I found out that, he doubted himself at times. Especially when he was like, even when he was up there in doing really well in the um movie world. He all of a sudden he was you know, when he was out there doing stuff, he was still feeling like, am I gonna be able to make it? I'm like, dude, like Man, I wish I was the voice in his head saying, "You already made it, bro. Keep going. Keep doing it." I also heard that he was trying to get in shape. He was trying to lose a lot of weight, but the agents wouldn't let him. And that just makes me sad. They wanted him big because that's the personality he had. And I kind of get it. So, you know, when you lose weight, you might lose some jobs because, like, people hire people because of their weight. If they see the guy and they see how big he is, 300 something pounds, and they're like, oh my God, this guy's gonna be perfect for us. So you know what I mean? Like, because he's got that, people want to be able to relate to them in some way or another and whatnot, and having somebody who's joyful and whatnot, but coming from somebody who's a little overweight, that usually helps. And so when people are telling you can't lose that weight, it's just gonna make them want to gain more weight because, like, why not? And it's sort of a sad cycle, and it's really sad that I mean I once again I wish I could have been that, that voice in his head saying, "Come on, man, you gotta get back in shape. You gotta lose that weight. You gotta do that stuff." And so his kids talking, people he's worked with. I mean, he's worked on a lot of John Hughes movies. Um, Macaulay Culkin had a lot of great things to say about him. Tom Hanks, Steve Martin, and a lot of his SCTV people. I mean, this was definitely a movie that I felt really, really shook. Like, it was exactly what I needed to hear. Because I feel like a lot of times these movies just don't have that. They don't really get into it like they should. You know what I mean? Like I I feel like it'll be better. Like it's something that needs to be out there, especially about the kindness and stuff and how sweet he was. He wasn't this like stuck up. Like, look at him. Do you think that's the face of somebody you could ever really be stuck up? No. You know, you feel bad for him if he gets like treated badly, you know, by other characters in the movies that he's in. I just I don't know. I just really, really enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun. You really got to understand who he was as a person. So thank you, Ryan Reynolds, for making this because producing it. I don't know if he made it. I don't think he directed it, but he put it together, helped put it together, and got people like Bill Murray to talk about him. And it was weird to sort of see because there wasn't that many. So I don't think there was that many Bill Murray movies with him, but they seem to be really close friends. And Bill seemed to be shook up talking about him. It's neat because like I know Adam Sandler did a tribute to Chris Farley and they talked about John Belushi in this, and I forgot that even like John Candy was in Blues Brothers. He's also in Vacation. I loved him in Vacation. He's been in a lot of stuff. And even the movies that didn't do as well or whatnot. I don't know if you'd call them flops or something, but they definitely didn't do nearly as well. And that's understandable because they are not every movie's gonna not every movie's gonna be a hit. You know, and people were, critics were saying things, and I think that was getting in his head. And he was talking to a therapist. All of us amazing stuff that I just didn't know about the man. You see him in the movies and stuff, but you never think, oh man, that's what he was really like in real life, you know? Especially when you hear he was very much like his characters. He loved to improv and everything, and Catherine O'Hara got to speak at his funeral, and what she said was amazing. I mean, she was really cool to hear him talk or hear like them together in movies. Like they worked well. Like they just showed like a deleted scene from Home Alone. It was talking about what a rat's he smelled a rat, and stuff. It was just you got to look it up. I'm sure it's on online if you don't watch the movie. I'd recommend watching the movie. It's free on Amazon Prime. It's definitely worth it. Um, I was happy. It just made me happy to watch it. Just the things people said about him. I didn't even know he directed a movie. He sat in Mel Brooks's chair. Mel Brooks talked. That was pretty cool. Sat in Mel Brooks's chair and director's chair, and he was like, he said, Mel Brooks was like, "Hey, you're in my chair." He goes, "Yeah, I know. Thinking about directing a movie soon, and I just want to see what it felt like to be in a chair." Yes. And I just thought that was sweet. Just the man just seemed really cool. We need guys like that. We need kindness now more than ever. Right now, there's so much negativity, there's so much anger, so many people who are hating on everything that's gone on, and some of it, like most of it, I can understand. You know, I get it. And your feelings aren't invalid, you know. They're good, they're valid, you know. All the stuff you're feeling right now. But just know, man, life can be crazy and can be fun. It can be amazing, especially if you're just kind. Just be kind. You know that old like saying, "Be kind, rewind." Like seriously, just be kind. It's what we need right now in this world. More kindness, and it's hard. It's hard because we got the internet and we got people posting every 2 seconds about all their feelings, and some of their feelings are don't need to be said. I'm not gonna lie, but some of the feelings don't need to be said right now. And this movie right here, I felt needed to be said. I felt 100% this movie needed to be said. This, especially now. I mean, like I said, we need this more now than ever. So, anyway, I hope all that made sense to you guys and that you guys enjoyed it and that you guys check out the movie. I mean, I really enjoyed it. Like if I were Siskel and Ebert, I'd give it 2 thumbs up. Um, I'd probably give it 5 stars, honestly, out of five. I mean, it's just a really well done documentary with amazing talk and stuff I needed to hear right now. So it hit me at a level that I really, really needed to hit to get and everything. So I hope you guys enjoy this and let me know what you guys think. All right, talk to you later. Bye. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Blu Ray.